Well, hello, Police Science Doctor Tribe. This is Suzanne Knabe-Nicole from policesciencedoctor.com, the website where academic research findings in the field of policing, law enforcement, investigative psychology, forensic psychology, criminology, anything in that area is turned into practical, little bite-sized information pieces in media that you can enjoy and consume and access. So you get videos, you get snippets, you get emails, you get podcasts, and you basically get learning, and even training courses are now online by subject matter experts on the Police Science Doctor Academy. So one of the things I do every week in order to get that academic knowledge translated into something palatable for the practitioner on the ground, on the front line, is these police science snippets. So every week I send out an email with 3 golden nuggets of practical information that I think can be applied or considered straight away by frontline practitioners like yourselves, perhaps, from academic research that has been published. And I email that out to my email list of over 2,000 people now who are on this, who are free subscribers, and they get this email every week with the snippets and the links to the original articles, so they can actually look that up themselves if the article is publicly available. If not, at least they can read the abstract. So it's very important for me that is all accountable. What I do and what I pass on is not my research, it's peer-reviewed journals usually that publish these articles that I link to, and then I come online and talk about it, as I do now. The other thing I'm doing this week and next week, so pre-Christmas and post-Christmas 2021, is restreaming some of the interviews I did with some of the some subject matter experts, some of the most popular interviews that I've done with them, with some very big names, researchers in the field, practitioners in the field who have a lot to say about their experience and their research of working in specific topic areas. So you may have seen yesterday I started with Professor Jane Monckton-Smith on domestic homicide and the 8 stages to domestic homicide. And I'm going to be carrying on, probably doing this around 2 o'clock every afternoon this week and next week. There's 2 o'clock GMT, so here in the UK. Just please look up what that means for your time zone. If you can't catch these broadcasts live, you can still see them on the stream afterwards. So I'm streaming them to YouTube, to my YouTube, Police Science Doctor YouTube channel, Twitter, Facebook, and my Dr. Suzanne Knabe-Nicole LinkedIn account. So you'll be able to catch those afterwards on YouTube. They actually stay there permanently. Obviously, on the social media accounts, they will get buried with everything else that comes onto your feed. So hopefully you can see those streams if you're interested in them. So this week, what I've got in for you in terms of police science snippets, number 55. So 55 weeks we've been doing that. Is the first one is fetal alcohol spectrum disorder and criminality. Now, individuals with fetal alcohol spectrum disorders are estimated to be 19 times more likely to encounter the criminal justice system than those fetuses who were able to develop without alcohol in their system. So FASD is caused by women drinking alcohol in pregnancy, which can damage cells in the fetus's brain, the spinal cord, and other areas, whilst also disrupting its development in the womb. Very, very important topic here, because this fetus and that person that they're going to become has made not even one decision and has already this massive disadvantage and this massively higher risk of ending up in the criminal justice system, which is not fair. So please take that into consideration. I'm not going to give you specifics about situations where to do that. I don't want to get anyone into trouble, but please, be very, very responsible. When in certain natural cycles of your life, when you're pregnant, or when if you know someone who's pregnant, and maybe help them make the right decision. Okay. The second snippet for this week is skills transfer from police training into the field. So from the classroom into real life. Sorry, I keep hitting everything. Police recruits reported that the chaotic and highly dynamic nature of situations in real police work were not prepared for in training. Okay, so that's quite interesting. So obviously you can get a little theory, you can get a lot of knowledge, but how do you actually deal with the emotional and situational stresses that come about in dynamic and stressful situations out in the street, and the chaos that comes with it? Further, police training often focuses on dealing with extreme threats, which may skew new officers' perceptions of the everyday tasks they deal with, as only a minority of them will actually be extreme. And this may cause them to continuously perceive social situations as threatening and dangerous, risking aggressive responses, which may be unwarranted. So potentially we're putting young officers into fight and flight mode unnecessarily. Obviously, in some situations that is very appropriate and natural, and the body will naturally go into that state. But perhaps we shouldn't be developing an expectation that this will happen. Okay, perhaps we should have a more naturalistic, humanistic approach, and just helping them prepare for the perhaps rarer situations when they do actually have to make, fight or flight type decisions. Okay, as always, the links to the original research are actually in the email that I've sent out and on the website if you're a subscriber. And the third snippet for this week is the costs of contact child sexual abuse. Contact child sexual abuse is what takes place physically between people, so not online over the internet. A government paper has calculated the cost of contact child sexual abuse as £10 billion for 2018 and 19. Now, that's not an annual cost, okay? It doesn't cost £10 billion per year because it includes the cost of prevention programs and training, healthcare costs, social costs, criminal justice costs, and lost output costs, amongst many other things. So if you didn't already know that the emotional and the emotional and physical and traumatic impact of child sexual abuse is bad enough, here you've got it in black and white as numbers, £10 billion. It was estimated to cost society. So, we have enough reasons to try and do something about it, but now there's a financial one as well. So I hope you found this interesting. I hope you found these snippets useful. As I said, I publish them every week. So on YouTube, you can go and watch all of them if you want. And I hope to be seeing you soon. Have a good festive period. And I hope that you enjoy the interviews that I'll be restreaming this week and next week. Okay, bye-bye. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this content useful. You can get access to each episode's transcript with key learning points, timestamps, and references if you get yourself onto my mailing list. Just go to the main website on policesciencedoctor.com, and on the bottom of each page you will find a sign-up form for notifications of new content. Just enter your first name, your preferred email address, and the type of organization you work for. You will not get any spam. This is just for me to let you know about new content and for you to get access to all the transcripts.